a minute and a half. And Austin Matthews and McCarter in front. Big stop, Koskinen, rebound, and two huge stops for Mikko Koskinen.
Has to fight it off and then go to work once again. This is a great shift by this line to hem into the McDavid line with Archibald on the right side. One chance and then another chance in tight. Marner can't finish the deal. Hyman with the second one. The great saves in tight by Bird and Connor McDavid and the power play group is set. They're getting the chances they want. They just got to execute.
Here's McDavid all the way. Scores! Did not just happen. Connor McDavid, coast to coast.
Or do that. Don't set it up. Just take it end to end and walk through everybody and tuck it upstairs. And for Connor McDavid, held off the shot clock of the game Thursday night. Toronto did an excellent job at shutting him down. You give him a little bit of space, he's going to take a lot. And he navigates through all those bodies, walks in under control. How many times have we seen this? Goes back to his own zone, takes this puck, his head's up the whole time. Says, you know what? I'm just going to walk through once he punches through. Quick elevation once again with Anderson. Almost unstoppable in that sense. He can do so many things in that puck in tight with his quick hands. As soon as he sees a goaltender right go down, he elevates it. 3-1 Edmonton.
First shot in 5 periods for Connor McDavid. It was worth the wait.
Pretty good one.
Those two tangle in the past. Chance in front for McDavid off the post. And it's still loose in front. Penalty coming up. Hard to believe that's getting back. Now McDavid to work. McDavid to the attack again, right on. And Anderson with a tough stop. Shot blocked. Riley in the way of that. And here comes Kerfoot. Chance for the Leafs. Wade Simmons right on. Koskinen's got Matthews and it's dumped back in. And the clock drains on a memorable second period here in Edmonton. That knocked down by Marner. What great hand-eye. Marner and a huge stop by Koskinen when it looked like Marner. And the top half
doesn't get cleared. Marner keeps it alive, but he has a great chance at Koskinen. Just falling down, making himself as large as possible. That's all he can do. And something
redirect there, but losing an edge was Wilson. Here come the Oilers. Driving the lane, Archibald. What a stop. Frederick Anderson. Game saver. And that save is worth at least a point to the dynamic duo. But here's Nylander in. William Nylander. It's had the Montreal game. We're just into overtime here. Here comes Draisaitl. In front. Scores. Connor McDavid has a game winner for the Edmonton Oilers. Second goal of the night. Third point of the night. And Edmonton gets a much-needed overtime.
just a beautiful pass that gets through Draisaitl, walks in, and a great save right there by Koskinen to kick that one away, and Edmonton will go back the other way. What a pass by Leon Draisaitl, puts it right on the tape. The little flash of the stick by McDavid the last second to get around that long pad of Anderson, and the Oilers pull this one out in overtime.
The big boys came out to play.
Welcome to the Oilers TV live pregame show. I'm your host, Tony Brar. Thanks so much for making us a part of this beautiful Sunday morning. The Oilers, of course, coming off a 4-3 overtime victory against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday night. They get right back at it, welcoming the Ontario's other team, the Ottawa Senators, to town. The Oilers, of course, were powered by Connor McDavid. 2 goals, 1 assist on the night, as that's the 4th time in his career. He has 5 straight games with multi-point outings. He was one of 3 Oilers to record multi-point games, the other being Leon Draisaitl and Tyson Barrie, both notching 2 assists on that night, and Mikko Koskinen was brilliant, got the big stops when he needed to, and really provided this team with a spark, especially in the third period when the game was just 1 shot away from going either way. He turned aside 26 of 29 shots last night, but it looks like that one of the player availabilities this morning will be Troy Grosnick, who, of course, was acquired off of the waiver wire. It looks like he will make his first NHL start since November 18th during the 2014-15 season. Now, of course, he played in the AHL the last few years. His last year in the AHL had some great numbers. Appeared in 33 games, a .229 goals against average, and a .920 save percentage. He's one of 3 players available this morning. The other 2, Connor McDavid, already mentioned the game he came off of, and Josh Archibald, who recorded his 2nd goal of the season last night. So it's going to be McDavid, Archibald, and Grosnick. We're just moments away from hearing them from the Oilers Hall of Fame room.
Get away with a little bit more, I think, for the battle.
It's going to send the players more away. A chance in front. Scores! Josh Archibald.
Great work down low by McDavid, and again in the battle. And both teams have been good in this first period. Winning pucks, battling down low, keep it alive. And this play right there, you can see Archibald was in and getting squished by a couple of leads. He gets it down around behind the net. McDavid, what a showdown of pass. He puts out to Archibald. He gets himself in that spot, gets the inside position. On Hall, he's able to jam that through. Anderson can't quite read where that puck is coming to. He's looking one way, he has to come across, it goes right off the edge of the pad into the net.
Nearly a minute and a half, but Austin Matthews and Marner in front. Big stop, Koskinen, rebound, and 2 huge stops for Mikko
Koskinen
Koskinen.
has to fight off and then go to work once again. This is a great shift by this line to hem into the McDavid line with Archibald on the right side. One chance and then another chance in tight. Marner can't finish the deal. Hyman with a second one. And great save in tight by Beaconberg and Connor McDavid and the power play group has said they're getting the chances they want. We just got to execute.
Here's McDavid all the way, scores! Did that just happen? Connor McDavid, coast to coast.
Or do that. Don't set it up, just take it end to end and walk through everybody and tuck it upstairs. And for Connor McDavid, held off the shot clock in the game Thursday night. Toronto did an excellent job at shutting him down. You give him a little bit of space, he's going to take a lot. And he navigates through all those lines, walks in under control. How many times have we seen this? Goes back to his own zone, takes this puck, his head's up the whole time. He says, you know what? I'm just going to walk through it once. He punches through. Quick elevation once again on Anderson. Almost unstoppable in that sense. He can do so many things to that puck and tight with his quick hands. As soon as he sees a goaltender bite go down, he elevates it. 3-1 Edmonton.
First shot in 5 periods for Connor McDavid. It was worth the wait.
Pretty good one.
Goes to it. Tangled in the pass. Chance in front for McDavid off the post. And it's still loose in front. Penalty coming up. Hard to believe that's getting back. Now McDavid to work. McDavid to the attack again. Right on. And Anderson with a top stop. Shot block. Right in the way of him. Here comes Kerfoot. Chance for the lead. Wait, 7 right on. Koskinen shot Matthews and it's dumped back in. And the clock reigns on a memorable second period here in Edmonton. And knocked down by Marner. What great hand-eye. Marner and a huge stop by Koskinen when it looked like Marner. And the referee
doesn't get cleared. Marner keeps it alive, and he has a great chance. Just falling down, making himself as large as possible. That's all he can do. And some
redirect there, but losing an edge was wasn't. Here come the Oilers. Driving the lane. Archibald. What a stop. Frederick Anderson. Game saver. And that save was worth at least a point to the dynamic duo. But here's Nylander in. William Nylander. The Calgary Montreal game. We're just into overtime here, and here comes Draisaitl. Nick Barber scores! Connor McDavid has a game winner for the Edmonton Oilers. Second goal of the night, 3rd point of the night, and Edmonton gets a much-needed
here it is here. Beautiful beautiful pass. It gets through Draisaitl, walks in, and a great save right there by Koskinen to kick that one away, and Edmonton will go back the other way. What a pass by Leon Draisaitl, puts it right on the tape. The little flash to stick by McDavid at the last second to get around that long pad of Anderson, and the Oilers pull this one out in overtime.
The big boys came out to play on both sides tonight.
It was exciting. There was a lot of skill, great defense, excellent goaltending. This game had a little bit of everything. And Connor McDavid, after the highlight reel goal going end-to-end on the power play, the dynamic duo connect again. Draisaitl to McDavid, and they win this one 4-3.
Connor McDavid with 3 points tonight, 12 points in his last 6. And Mikko Koskinen, someone saved. Maybe we might get a different matchup tonight based on what we're seeing in the starting lineup.
Looks like Connor McDavid's going to go head-to-head with John Tavares to start things off. Typically, he would go head-to-head with Austin Matthews. A little change-up by Dave Tippett in the second matchup here at home for Edmonton.
This total offensively of late, points in his last 3 with 6 assists. Draisaitl down the right flank for Edmonton. Takes him off, finds Gaboon. Second shot, score! There goes Edmonton. As an Edmonton Oiler.
Wins the game. 4-3 Edmonton in
McDavid. Again, if you have questions, please use the raise hand function. Start with Bob Stauffer, 630 Chad.
Morning, Connor. Just thought so much focus, obviously, on the the goals and the plays, but can you maybe speak to your attention to detail? Your advanced analytics defensively are the best they've ever been in career. You're up around 58% in terms of possession metrics on the ice. Face-offs at 53%. Is that just part of the process in terms of growing out your game?
It's definitely something that I've looked at and focused on, over the break here, and I'm happy with how some of it's gone. I think face-off wise has definitely been better defensively, trying to hang in battles and stop more and be around the puck a little more.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Connor, on your goal last night, when you're winding it up and you've got to go 180 feet to score and you see 4 or 5 guys in front of you, are you thinking, okay, I got to pick my way through this guy and this guy and this guy, or is it just all reaction as to how the other defenders play you?
I think you just got to isolate guys. There's obviously 4 of them out there. And they try to keep it pretty tight, but you can turn it into a one-on-one, just by going at someone. So, it's definitely I've definitely had my looks with Toronto. I mean, we've played them 4 times already, and they've done a great job of denying entry a couple times, and so just trying to be creative through there.
And on your overtime goal with yourself and Leon, it looked like he led you absolutely perfectly, so all you had to do was put your stick on it. And it wasn't like one of those ones where you had to actually shoot the puck into the net.
Yeah, I mean, Leo is one of the best passers I've ever seen for sure. So when he's on the ice, just trying to get him the puck and build a little speed and get open, and he's going to find you. And he did most of the work there. He just put it in a spot where you just had to tap it in.
Marty Klinkenberg, Globe and Mail.
Hi, Connor. Good morning. I'm wondering, before the season started, it was probably kind of hard to figure out, what the first 10 games would be like. When you look back now over the collection of 10 games, what are you satisfied with? What are you dissatisfied with?
Well, obviously dissatisfied with where we sit in terms of 4 and 6. That's not good enough. That's not a good enough start. But overall, I think our game is only getting better. I think, we've done a better job defensively while, still giving up goals every now and then. We're still finding a way to be a little better defensively, I think. Generating a little bit more. I think our power plays found its rhythm. So obviously the 10 games didn't go the way we wanted them to, but I think our game is only getting better here.
Thank you very much, Cal.
Jack Michael, 630 Ched.
Connor, when you go coast to coast like that, everyone kind of on the screen, it appears as though you go through the entire team. Could you point out some subtle things that your teammates do to, as you point out, create more of a one-on-one than a one-on-5?
Yeah, I think on a PP breakout, there's a lot of things that go into it, a lot of subtleties that people probably don't realize, and Nuge just being available for a puck keeps their one defenseman kind of stuck on the outside, and obviously Leo coming down the other side with speed, I think keeps their forward on the other side, so it kind of makes it a bit of a one-on-one in the middle. Tice does a good job of dropping the puck, so there's lots of different things that go into it. Yeah.
And then the follow-up would be in overtime, an important, I guess, confidence builder early to kind of reassert yourselves in overtime, because you had pointed out a couple times that you weren't pleased with how the second half of last year went down when it came to OT.
Yeah, I think when overtime kind of first came in, our team was pretty good at it. I thought Leo and I, Nuge and whoever, I think our team was pretty good at it, and then it kind of had been slipping a bit. We hadn't been able to find a way to get the extra point a handful of times. So it was definitely good to get into one of those situations and find a way to get the win.
Derek Van Dies, Post Media.
Hey Connor, good morning. We all expected this division to be tight and to be a lot of one-goal games. And you look at the Leafs; they've won every game essentially by one goal. But getting that big save last night from Koskinen, getting that big penalty kill in the third period, and then finally getting that big goal, I guess, how much does it do for the confidence knowing that you can be on the other side of that line, and that's what it takes to get on the other side of that line? The difference between winning and losing is really marginal right now in this division.
Oh, absolutely. That's something that we talk about a lot. Is every play matters. We were on the other side of that the first game in Toronto. A little hook and call and power play goal, and you lose the game. So last night we get the save, we get the kill, and find a way to get a win. I think it's a big confidence booster for not only Mikko but for the penalty kill as well. I think our penalty kill is doing things right, and just not getting the breaks. I think that's part of penalty killing too, is getting saves and getting clears and getting the little breaks around the net where we just haven't been getting those. So it's a big confidence booster for them.
And last night, it looked like Josh Archibald was really on. He got the goal, and then they moved him up to your line late, and he came really close to winning it in regulation. What does he add when he moves up to play with you?
Archie's a guy that you know what you're going to get each and every night. He brings so much energy. He's a smaller guy, but he plays a physical game and does everything right. He's someone that can play on the first line, can play on the fourth line, and brings the same game. So he's definitely a key player for us.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Connor, you mentioned the power play has been clicking a little bit lately. The numbers have been there. How fine is the line between, what would be considered struggles earlier versus success now? Because I know you felt all along you've had quite a few good looks.
Yeah, I think early on we were doing things the way we wanted to. I think we were generating chances. It probably wasn't as pretty as some of our power plays have been. In terms of getting in the zone and zone time and stuff like that, but it would be in the zone for just 10 seconds and find a way to get a grade A chance, and it just wouldn't go. So that's the way it goes. you need those breaks around the net, just like penalty killing. A power play needs those breaks too. So we found a way to get a little momentum here. I think in zone's been better. Getting in the zone has been better. So yeah.
And this is a little bit obvious, but to dig yourselves out of a tough start, you got to put some wins together and back-to-backs and those sorts of things. Can you maybe just discuss the mindset heading into tonight, coming off kind of an emotional win last night, and just avoiding that letdown the next day and understanding the need to press day after day?
Yeah, it's a massive game for us. Ottawa's a team that's been sitting for a couple days, resting. In a year like this, rest is such a weapon. So, we know what game they're going to bring. They're going to bring, the energy. They're going to be physical. We got to play a smart game, solid, and bear down on our chances. And I think, but yeah, you're right. This is a massive game. We need to start stringing them together.
Last question, Gord Miller, TSN.
Hi, Connor. Tim Stützle said yesterday that he's been watching you since he was a little kid. You're only 24. I wonder how that makes you feel when you hear someone saying, to you for the first time, something like that.
Yeah, it's starting to make me feel a little bit older, but I'm only 24 years old. But hear something like that, you start to feel a little bit older. But I'm sure this is an exciting game for him. To get the opportunity to play against Leo. Another German kid who's kind of done everything that I'm sure he wants to do. This is probably an exciting night for him. So, it's pretty cool to hear a kid say something like that. But yeah, I mean, he's been a great player coming up. It was pretty cool to see what he could do in the World Juniors, and we'll see what he can do in the NHL.
There's a lot of focus on him in Ottawa. He's billed as a big part of their future. What advice, as a guy who went through that, 5-6 years ago yourself, what advice would you give to a young player going into a situation like that?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think just try to. I honestly don't know what I would say. I would say just be yourself, be the player that's gotten you in that position, and let the rest take care of itself. I mean, there's nothing more he can do.
Thank you. This concludes Connor McDavid's media availability. Back, we're joined by Josh Archibald. Again, if you have questions, please use the raise hand function. Bob Stauffer, 630 Ched.
Morning, Josh. Obviously an emotional, fun victory, and a night where you moved up and down and around the lineup a bit. You closed the game plan. Connor, just maybe take us through sort of how much fun that was to be a part of, and how a guy has to be ready and prepared to play in each and every situation, because you get that opportunities here once in a while.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially in a game like last night where things are tight and they're putting guys on the ice that have been playing well through the game. And lucky enough, I had a good enough game that they threw me out there with Connor and Nuge to finish things off. And I wish I would have been able to finish it off in regulation, but it was good to get the 2 points and to keep rolling forward.
Okay, Derek Van Diest, Post Media.
Hey, Josh, I hope we didn't have nightmares of that save that Anderson made on you yesterday, but can you talk us through that play? It was, it looked like it was a really good play to jump up in the rush, and it was a great chance to win the game in regulation.
Yeah, I think it just started with good defensive in our zone. When a guy falls down and you get a break like that, you got to try to take advantage of it. So, I hopped up in the play with Nuge as much as I can. He made a great pass, and unfortunately for us, Anderson made a great save, but we came back out in overtime, and Dave will finish it for us.
When you moved up to that line to play with Connor and Ryan, I guess, what is your role and how do you kind of read off them?
I think I just got to play my game. Doesn't matter what line I'm on. When I'm with them, I get in on pucks, get pucks to them, and then, just find the open ice. When you get them pucks and they do their thing in the offensive zone or in the neutral zone, they'll always try to get the puck back to you, and, you just got to put yourself in the right positions. And, did that last night, but just wasn't able to capitalize as much as we wanted to.
Jack Michael, 630 Ched.
Just one from me, since everyone keeps talking about the save that Freddie made on you. I wanted to go back to the goal you scored at the end of the first. In light of, the fact you hadn't been getting results, was it important for the club to go in after playing a good period ahead as opposed to tied?
Yeah, I think that's a big confidence booster when you go into a period and you're up on a team. But, fortunately for us, we just worked hard down low, and Davo made a great play to me, and I was lucky enough to put it in the back of the net.
Paul Gasol, Oilers TV.
Hey Josh, if Troy does end up getting the start tonight, how do the players make him feel more comfortable?
I think we just got to play our game. He's obviously capable of playing in the NHL, so he's just got to do his thing, and we got to, keep pucks in front of him and make him feel as comfortable and welcome as possible.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
Yeah, because it's a big deal for a guy like that if he plays, right? He's 31. He hasn't played a game since like 14, 15. Is there a way you can, help it not become, make the night easier? It could be an emotional night for him. Can you guys try to chill this thing down a little bit if he plays?
Yeah, obviously we're going to try to keep the game as calm as possible. Ottawa's a great team, hard forechecking, hard-hitting team. So, we just got to stick to our systems, play our game, let him see the pucks as much as possible and keep things in front of him, like I said.
Thank you.
Tony Brouwer, Oilers TV.
Josh, of course, this is your second year with the club. You've been around long enough to know the capabilities of this team. In the opening 10 games, what are some of the things that are maybe hindering you guys of not fulfilling those capabilities?
I think we just got some new guys. We're trying to find our way. Obviously, like you said, we've got a great skilled team, defensive and goalies. I think right now we're just trying to find our way, and as we're moving forward and sticking to our systems and playing our game, I think it's just important that we do what we know what to do and don't try to play out of our way.
Thank you. If there are no more questions, that concludes Josh Archibald's media availability.
pass. It gets through Draisaitl, walks in, and a great save right there by Koskinen to kick that one away, and Edmonton will go back the other way. What a pass by Leon Draisaitl. Puts it right on the tin. The little flash of the stick by McDavid the last second to get around that long pad of Anderson, and the Oilers pull this one out in overtime.
for Edmonton. Takes someone, finds Cahoon. Second shot scores. Dominic Cahoon has his first as an
Good second opportunity, good second chance for Cahoon. He misses the first one, but he stays with it. What a pass by Draisaitl. Good recognition here. Morgan Riley deep into the zone. He looks up, and it's Mitch Marner to defend. The forward playing defense. So he attacks, he waits, and what a backhand pass onto the tape. And Dominic Cahoon gets his first shot blocked, but he stays with it, fans on it, and then puts it up over top of Anderson. He went down to make that initial save, didn't track and find that puck. He's already down, and elevation by Cahoon. 1-0, his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler.
Well, they put it down to that. McDavid there, and he nearly sprung Archibald. Anderson lost it. Archibald!
Let's get away with a little bit more, I think, in the battle.
I was going to say the players. Oh, well, a chance in front. Scores! Josh Archibald!
is in and getting squished by a couple of Leafs. He gets it down around behind the net. McDavid, what a sharp angle pass he puts out to Archibald. He gets himself to that spot, gets the inside positioning on Hall. He's able to jam that through as Anderson can't quite read where that puck is coming to. He's looking one way, he has to come across, it goes right off the edge of the pad into the net.
Austin Matthews, McCarter in front, picks up Koskinen, rebound, and two huge stops for Mikko Koskinen.
Has to fight off and then go to work once again. This is a great shift by this line to hem into McDavid line with Archibald on the right side. One chance and then another chance in tight. Marner can't finish the deal. Hyman with the second one. And great saves in tight to be converted. Connor McDavid and the power play group has said they're getting the chances they want. They just got to execute.
Here's McDavid all the way, scores! Did that just happen? Connor McDavid, coast to coast.
Don't set it up, just take it in and walk through everybody and tuck it upstairs. For Connor McDavid, held off the shot clock in the game Thursday night. Toronto did an excellent job at shutting him down. You give him a little bit of space, he's going to take a lot. And he navigates through all those bodies, walks in under control. How many times have we seen this? Goes back to his own zone, takes this puck, his head's up the whole time. He says, you know what? I'm just going to walk through once he punches through. Quick elevation once again on Anderson. Almost unstoppable in that sense. He can do so many things with that puck in tight with his quick hands. As soon as he sees a goaltender fight and go down, he elevates him. 3-1 Edmonton.
First shot in 5 periods for Connor McDavid. It was worth the wait.
Pretty good one.
Goes to a tangle in the pass. Chance in front for McDavid off the post. And it's still loose in front. Penalty coming up. Hard to believe that.
Try to get him back.
Now McDavid to work. McDavid to the attack again, right on. And Anderson with a tough stop. Shot blocked. Riley in the way of that. Here comes Kerfoot. Chance for the Leafs. Wade Simmons right off. Koskinen's got